for the A chord, we want the pick to be on the 5th string, not the 6th string, but the 5th string. So you start on the 5th string and then you go consecutive order. Just let the pick fall onto the next string and come to rest. The reason you have to start on the 5th string instead of the 6th string is because you're muting the 6th string with all A chords, because it doesn't belong in the chord. Now, say you're playing an E chord. Well, for your E chord, you can use this string, and you're not muting. So you can start there. The same is true for a G chord, because with the G, you've got your finger on this string when you make the chord, so it's okay to play all 6 here as well. Same is true for an F chord. And same thing is true for a D chord, as long as you're using your thumb on the low string on the 2nd fret. Once you get the hang of plucking the individual strings on the way down, you can start plucking them on the way back up. And it's the same thing, just in reverse. We'll start again with the A chord, but I'll start from the high string. I come to rest on the B string. I pluck that, come to rest on the G string. I pluck that, come to rest on the D string, and so forth. And that's where we would stop with an A chord, because this note you're muting. With a G chord, we can do all 6. And with the F chord, we can do all 6. Once you get the hang of plucking down and the hang of plucking up, you can mix them. Let's go back to that A chord and start on the A string. We're going to go down 5 strings and then back up. Note that on the downstrokes, you're striking a downward direction, and on the upstrokes, you're striking in an upward direction. And eventually you'd get like this. Notice that when we're strumming, we're swinging our hand from the wrist. But when we're picking, we really have to get the pick in a much more narrow area. So we really don't need this much pick span. We need this much pick span. So you really don't want to come from the wrist, or certainly not from the elbow. You really want to plant at the side of your hand on the bridge, or at the very least, use your pinky on the face of the guitar to hold your hand in place. This way, you can get the pick in a very narrow area, and your hand really can't move much more distance than that. If the pinky wasn't on the face of the guitar, you're going to have this going on, and it's really hard to get into each individual string. What I told you yesterday was about having the luxury of plucking any string at all. Like, say we're playing that A chord, and with our thumb we're muting the low E string. That means that any of the other strings you hit are going to still be strings that are in the A chord, so you can hit them in any order. And it's not going to make any mistakes. But when we do it in consecutive order, it does have a little more continuity and sound a little better. And when we do down and up in consecutive order, using our pinky to stabilize the hand, down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 up. Notice, down, 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 down. When I get to the high E, I switch to up. Up, 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 up. When I get to the low A, I switch to down. Down,